Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're reviewing a cigar that's not going to be found everywhere, but it can be found because I have checked online. This is the Renzulli, and this particular size is called the Cuz 6x54. Now this is a cigar made by Eric Espinosa at the La Zona factory. It's made for his friend Anthony Renzulli, and it's for his smoke shop in Philadelphia called Twin Smoke Shop. It is technically a house cigar, but it can also be found at other places, particularly online. The cigar uses a Habano Rosado wrapper, so that got my attention. Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler. The sizes, there are 4 sizes available. You can check them all out on the blog, and they have interesting names. They're all taken from Philadelphia or Italian slang. This being the Cuz, C-U-Z, it's 6x54. And that's sort of the long and the short of it. I was intrigued by this cigar because it was made by Eric, and although things being equal, it's a pretty cool band. So Habano Rosado wrapper, I'm interested to try that. So let's get right to it. All right, one thing I haven't shown you yet is the density shot. It's a very medium brown color, the cigar here is, and it's well made. This is not your typical house cigar, at least from the construction standpoint. Okay, good draw. Just a touch firm, just a touch. But we can deal with that. The first notes are very pronounced citrus. Appears to be an orange citrus. Has a nice sweetness to it. So some subtle graham cracker notes, black coffee at the base, and a white pepper at about close to an 8. So it's very peppery for a white pepper. So that's how it starts, and I'm anxious to see where we go from here, but I like that sweetness that I'm getting right now on the front end. I'm about an inch in, and I still have primarily the same notes. To go along with that citrus, I had said before, a light graham cracker. I'm going to stick with that. It's sort of a very light graham cracker, brown sugarish flavor. The coffee is quite prominent now. It's moved up, and there's a little earthiness there to it too. The finish is sort of an toasted cream aspect with a little earthiness there too. A little bit of lingering white pepper. Cigar is pretty much medium bodied, and it's burning it very nicely, very evenly. So that's kind of where it is. Sort of settled down to about like it was, only a little touch of earthiness, a little more coffee notes, and a little bit of brown sugar-ish graham cracker notes. Well, I'm right around the midpoint, maybe a little past, and the citrus notes, you really can't distinguish them as citrus anymore. It's a sweet cedar citrus type flavor. The reason you can't distinguish them so much is because the secondary flavors that mix with it almost mask it. I don't really have the graham cracker notes anymore. I still have the brown sugar type notes, almost a caramel-like flavor mixed in with that now, but it's on the lighter par of percentage. It's not a lot, but it's enough to, how do I put this, to detract from the initial sweetness of that citrus or cedar. Does that make sense? In other words, when they're all mixed up, it's hard to tell what you have, but that's what it appears to be if you break them down individually. Now the earthiness is still there, the coffee is still there. Finish is unchanged, strength is unchanged. I would still give it medium bodied at this point. So it's a good flavor, but unusual and a little hard to distinguish them on an individual flavor basis, but that's what I believe they are. If you were to mix those in a bowl and taste them, that's what I think the flavor you would have. So I'm going to stick with that. So that's where we are at the midpoint. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. The cigar continued to change. It's made a lot of changes. I wouldn't necessarily say they were for the better, but they changed. It stayed pretty much on par, but different. Here at the end, it was definitely a sweet cedar with some aspects of that caramel, but I seem to get a chocolate flavor that took over and to go along with the coffee. The earthiness went away. So you've got a sweet cedar, lightly sprinkled caramel notes and chocolate, dark chocolate with coffee. The pepper seemed to stay about the same throughout. It's pretty good. The finish was pretty much unchanged, and I would still say it's medium bodied. So the cigar did change, but it stayed linear. It didn't change for the worse or the better. It just changed. So quite a difference in the beginning and the end of this cigar. So if you look for a cigar that has a lot of changes, this could be it. It really made a lot, numerous changes. So all in all, I'm scoring it an 89. It was a good cigar. I can sense the Espinosa qualities in this cigar. But of their cigars, it's not my favorite. I'll just have to say that. But it's a good cigar and well worth trying. And as I said, it is a house cigar, but you can find them online at other retailers. So there you have it, the Renzulli Cuz 6x54. They call it a Toro.